a really good game tonight. Game 6, Heat Celtics. And I mean, you know this. This has got to be a must win for Miami, right? You can't go back to the Garden for a game 7. It has to end tonight if you're a Heat fan.
Well, it has to end. Boston has to win tonight, or it is the end.
That's
So
true. Um,
I believe if both teams play their A game, Boston wins.
yeah,
But we haven't seen that. I mean, I think Boston played their A game last game, maybe, but I mean, this Boston thing is just so confusing because the talent level between them and the Heat it's not even close in my view.
yeah.
So, but the role players made shots. Now, here's the question: we're getting Game 6, Game 7. Them jumpers get a little tight. Can the role players make shots tonight? That's the question.
Yeah. Yeah. Do the Heat have one more big game in them? Can they put them away?
It's
Um,
it's going to
I,
take a Butler 40-point game or a Bam 30-point game
yeah, yeah, maybe both.
or both.
um, I mean, so I've been, I've got my questions on Jason Tatum going back to last year's finals, when they had a 2-1 lead on your Warriors, going back to game 6 against Philly, even game 5 against Philly in this year's playoffs, and then getting down in a 3-0 hole that they should have never gotten into, to lose those first two at home. Um, this is a big game, not only for the Heat, but for Jason Tatum and his career early on, right? I mean, he needs to prove he can win one.
I think he figured it out last game.
Okay.
When Jason Tatum passes the ball early, everything fits and works better for the Celtics as a team. I
Hmm.
think the first three games Boston tried to beat Miami off the bounce. The last two games they beat them off the pass. It's
Yeah.
just it's simple basketball. Ball movement, the pass is the greatest strength. When Spo played that soft shell zone, and Tatum and Brown played right into a ball pounding. And the last two
Hmm.
games, they went more to movement, ball side to side on both sides of the half court. Miami can't guard that. Love, Robinson, they don't have the speed to guard both sides of the half court. And if Boston does that tonight and Monday, I think they win it.
I was saying when it was 3-0, I was saying Spoelstra was coaching circles around Missoula. Is that a change by Missoula? Is that actually credit to him getting back into the
Actually,
series?
actually, Spo's a great coach. And
Yeah.
Spo, I don't think Spo had anything to do with the first three games. It was all
Okay.
Boston.
Yeah.
It was Boston's collapse, Boston's chaos. I think Boston was beating themselves. Boston
Yeah.
couldn't get out of their own way. I mean, what did Spo do? All Spo did was, again, play a soft zone, took the dribble away, and said, "Beat me on the 3 line," and they couldn't do it.
Hmm.
He didn't do anything major. Now, what helped Spo is his role players. The first three games made open shots. Once Boston took away the open shots, the last two games, those role players are not as good shooters.
Yeah. And so credit to Jimmy Butler to have his team one win away from going back to the finals for the second year in a row. I'm a big Jimmy Butler fan, going back to his days in Chicago because I'm a Bulls fan, and I love to see him proving everybody wrong. Teams like the Bulls and the Sixers who didn't believe in him or didn't keep him around long term, and now he's got the Heat contending. 3 out of the last 4 years. How impressed are you with Jimmy Butler and who he's become?
Well, Butler's a great player. Butler's been playing great. Butler's has good playoffs. Here's the
Hmm.
question I want to ask: is Butler number one on the chip team?
That's the question. Yeah, can he win that Finals MVP?
I don't know if he is, but maybe. But I know one thing: if you got Jimmy Butler as a two, you got you got a pretty good basketball team.
Yeah,
But we'll
yeah.
see. I mean, if he pulls this off, I mean, I guess I'll take an L. But I don't know. But he's been good in his playoffs, and I think. But here again, let's go back from the start. The Heat caught the Bucks, who had injuries. Giannis
Mhm.
wasn't right, but they beat him. Then they catch the Knicks with Randall, who disappeared, and the Knicks were kind of in their own way. They beat them.
Yep.
Now they got Boston. The last two games, they've been beat by a combination of 30 points.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, they're still what their record says they are. Now, you get NBA players that get on a roll and get confidence, things change real quick. And what
So
happened was Miami was a team that was playing with confidence, and Boston was playing with no confidence, and that's a bad combination.
yeah, absolutely.
But you got to, one thing I do need to do is give Miami credit. They beat the teams that have lined up in front of them. I can sit here and give reasons, but the results are they have beat the teams. So that's I think that's a good thing.
Yeah,
But let's
100%.
let's not forget they're still a playing team, and if they lose four in a row, that's where we're going to end up going back to. They was a playing team.
Yeah.
See,
How
everybody talks about the 3-0, 156 to 0 or whatever it is.
yeah.
That doesn't apply in this series because Boston's been the favorite every game. This is a team that's the better team is the team that's down three games. I don't think that
Yeah.
happens too many times.
Yeah, I agree. It's set up for it to happen, for history to be made.
Well,
How
yeah,
crazy
but
about
if both teams play their A game, Boston wins. The only way
yeah.
Boston don't win this series is they don't play their A game.
Are you surprised it's never happened before? You've been watching the NBA
No,
since
because
yeah.
usually it's the 1 and 2 seeds crushing the 7 and 8 seeds.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, very rarely is the you got a good point. Very rarely is the better team down 0-3.
Yeah, that happened. I mean, if you go, I mean, you might find a couple teams, but out of the 156 times, I bet it's not more than five teams that have been the
Yeah.
favorite every time.
Yeah.